toute épreuve is a book which is contained in a cover, and the cover is wood. And so you open a piece of wood, just like that, and you have the opening. This Miró little figure who is opening his arms to welcome us in. But then you have to ask how the whole thing is put together. And once you start opening it, you realize that it's put together in the most extraordinary way. That's how we start. It will work really well.
It's nice.
It is. And so there'll be a kind of freeze of the book.
Yes.
It was Cramer's idea in 1947 to go to Éluard and ask him to produce an artist book with him working with an artist. And Éluard's idea was immediately Miró. I want Miró to be the one who does the book, makes the book a visual experience as well. There's much more of a sense of the object, of the book as an object, and of wood itself as a material. And this comes over very, very clearly in the book itself, because almost every page you get a sense of this connection so straightforwardly with the wood from which all of the prints were made.
Danke.
So that it's both a visual experience, which goes with a reading experience, and it's an object to be touched and to be felt. And that choice to work in woodcut meant that Miró took an enormously long time to make the book, because each of the woods had to be made individually. And when you talk about the book as an object, he actually himself, writing to Cramer, talked about it as a sculpture. And he thought about it like sculpture. And actually it was especially during the period when he was making the book that he was developing himself as a sculptor. So these woods, which we've shown all together, give you some idea of how the book relates to a kind of sculptural practice, which he called carving, which is of course what it was. Number 2 is showing the maquettes, or at least as much of the maquettes as we can show. The useful thing about the maquettes is that they're not bound, they're loose bound. So you can open them up and you can show pages. We can only show a few pages, so that's what we've done, to give an idea of how Miró worked from one maquette to another with Éluard and with Cramer. The first maquette is Éluard himself setting out how the lines in the poems might be set out. Then there are 4 maquettes, so they're kind of mock-ups of what the book might be like. And 2 of them we have in the foundation here. You have copy drawings with the text stuck onto the pages by Éluard and Cramer together, and the copy drawings which are copied from Miró's own drawings, which give an idea of how the woodcuts would be in relation to the texts. And then finally you have this wonderful maquette which Miró himself produced, which started again with Éluard and Cramer sticking the text down onto the pages, and then Miró responding. And then you had Miró putting an idea down on the page, and then sometimes often thinking, no, I don't like that, and sticking paper over the top of his image and working another idea out, and sometimes putting yet another piece of paper down, working another idea out, and finally getting to an idea which is close to, very, very close to the book itself. So that's how the process worked, and you can follow that in the exhibition, especially Miró's maquette, because we've laid out Miró's maquette in a vitrine which is immediately underneath the pages of the book themselves, and you can see how the Miró maquette studies relate directly to the pages above them. And in 1 or 2 occasions where he changed his ideas, we've been able to show that too. So you can get yourself a kind of idea of, you can almost get into the imagination of Miró. That's not possible, but you can kind of pretend you're getting into the imagination of Miró.